Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. Again, in this week's Parsha, Parshas Ve'era, we can learn what true leadership is all about and the good and the bad that comes along sometimes by being a leader. The Gemara says, the Gemara Yerushalmi, Peah, Perek Ches, the Gemara says that when the community wanted to appoint Rabbi Akiva as a Nasi, as a leader, Rabbi Akiva went to discuss it with his wife. When he discussed, should he take the position or not? The Talmidim stood from the far, but they were listening into the conversation between Rabbi Akiva and his wife. And they hear how Rabbi Akiva tells his wife, Almanas bevazya, Almanas matkil. And the Mefarshim says, the Mefarshim explain that you have to understand, my dear wife, that if we accept this position, along with this position comes along a lot of nujarai and a lot of embarrassment. People are going to scream at you. People are always going to have complaints. And sure enough, we know Rabbi Akiva became the great Rabbi Akiva. Moshe Rabbeinu, interesting enough in this week's Parsha, very little complaints we find as he tells Klal Yisrael that Hashem sent me to redeem you, take you out of Mitzrayim. But sure enough, Mitzrayim, and sure enough in the Midbar, once the Yidden came out of Mitzrayim, we know all the stories, how the Yidden complained for this, the Yidden complained for that. But that comes along with the plus of being a leader. The leader knows that it's lefirucha shekol echad v'echad. You can't make everybody happy, and there's always going to be some issues. Another tremendous lesson you see from our parsha about a leader, and perhaps I'll introduce this thought with the famous Chassam Sofer. The Chassam Sofer says that when the Eibishter gave us the Torah, the Eibishter gave us the Torah in the Midbar, and the Midbar we know symbolizes Hefker, and what Chazal tell us, Hakol Dashim Ba, everybody has right to walk there, and it's a Nafshi Ka'afar L'Koil Tia, it's a sign of bittul, from one hand, and that's what's needed for Kabbalah Torah. But at the same time, the Torah was not given to us on flat ground; it was given to us on a mountain, because every Yid has to use both of these midos. Obviously, to be humble, and obviously to be kind and compassionate and be giving. But at the same time, sometimes you have to be strong and big as a mountain to stand up for what's right. And that's again something that we see with Moshe, and you see it specifically in this parsha. Moshe Rabbeinu, we know the story, went chasing, the Medrash says, went chasing after a little shepsela, and it was compassionate for the smallest thing, as the most kind, giving person. Yet when it comes to Lahavdil, to negotiate with Paro, you see he's tough as nails. Paro came up with a bunch of crazy, compromising deals with Moshe. It was getting tough on Mitzrayim. It was getting tough on Parai. And Parai says, you know what? Let the men just go. Leave the women behind. And all these deals, Moshe, every time Parai came with a deal, Moshe said, no, no, no. And not only no, 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 when Parai says, the words Parai says, please, Tashiru b'Mitzrayim, leave over. Rechu ivdu as Hashem, go serve Eibishter. Raktzoinchem u'bekarchem yatzei, just leave here your animals. Gam tapchem yelech imachem. So Moshe responds by saying, no, 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 no. Leitishar parsa, nothing will be left behind. The way a true leader talks is when you have to feel for somebody else. You will go chasing after one little shepsela, yes. But when time of being tough comes, then Moshe talks against Paro. He says, Loi tishar parsa. Nothing will be left behind. We are going to do what's right. And that is what the Go'in Yaakov, the pride of a Jewish person, and each individual has a little of that of Moshe Rabbeinu within him. That like al yevash mipnei amaligim. You can't be pushed away because every day you have a Yetzer Hara telling you don't do this, do that, do everything wrong. So when it comes to positive things and behaving, you obviously have to have Rachmanis, you have to have Shiflus, you have to have Anah. But sometimes you have to have the chutzpah. The chutzpah of al yevesh b'nei abaligin, and that's the pride that comes along with the pride of being a good, fine, erlich yid.